We here, top 5 best and most useful devil fruits. Let's get right to it, man. Coming in at number 5 on our list is the one and only Yami Yami no Mi. Devil fruit type, low gear, and has the power to manipulate dark energy. The user of this devil fruit is the one and only Marshall D. Teach Blackbeard himself. When I say this devil fruit gives you the ability to control dark energy, you also have the ability to have sway over gravity, as you get what I'm saying. Oda states that this devil fruit gives you infinite control over gravity. Infinite gravity. That is literally in the realms of black hole territory. Extremely destructive power, and extremely destructive power as we've seen in the story, mostly in the fight between Ace and Blackbeard. A unique ability of this devil fruit is to eradicate the user's ability to use their devil fruit. Blackbeard physically takes away your devil fruit when he touches you. We've seen this in the Ace versus Blackbeard fight. Blackbeard was able to touch Ace, and Ace was no longer able to turn into a fire human anymore. Blackbeard was able to use an attack without, from what we've seen, he did not use any armament haki to hit Ace, and he was able to damage him pretty bad. Now, a setback of this devil fruit is that Blackbeard has to physically dodge any attacks, and if he don't, he takes way more damage from that attack than the average person would. That's why we see scenes when he get hits, he's rolling around on the ground in agony because he takes more pain than another person would take from taking the same attack. Some of the abilities that Blackbeard uses throughout the story that we see is Black Hole, where he lays out a sea of darkness and absorbs objects around him into the black hole. And then Liberation, where he expels these objects he has absorbed and they are destroyed. They're gone. They're done now. Another ability that he used that's very useful for him is Kurozu, which is a gravitational pull he uses to pull his enemies towards. We also seen this in the fight against Ace, where he used his gravitational pull to get a hold of Ace to nullify his devil fruit ability and to do physical damage to Ace. Another attack he uses is Yamagiri. This is basically the same thing as Black Hole, but instead of absorbing objects, he absorbs enemies. And when he liberates these enemies, when he expels them from his black hole, they're crushed. They're done. They're heavily damaged. It's over for them. Finito, whatever you want to say, is raps. This devil fruit is extremely powerful, and if I would have did this list on another day, it might have been higher on this list. We also see the destruction and the power of this devil fruit with the ability he uses, Dark Matter. He creates a huge ball, like some Dragon Ball Z shit, a huge ball of dark energy, and he hurls it at his enemy. We also seen this in the Ace versus Blackbeard fight, where Ace uses his ultimate attack, which launches a huge fireball. Of course, the darkness engulfs the fireball and destroys Ace. That's how Ace got captured by Blackbeard and handed over to the Marines. Moving on. Our number 4 on our list, and this one might be argued by some people, but I believe this is the right place for it. It might deserve to be even higher, to be honest. But it's the Hobby no Mi. Paramecia type has the ability to transform people into toys and erase that person's existence from everyone's memories. I'll repeat it. It has the ability to erase a person from everyone's memories. This devil fruit has the ability to manipulate everyone's in the world's memories at the same damn time. This devil fruit is extremely broken and extremely OP. This devil fruit is used by a member of the Doflamingo family, Sugar. Not to mention that this devil fruit also grants you eternal youth. Whatever age you use the devil fruit at is the age you stay at for the rest of your life. This devil fruit is extremely broken. Extremely broken. Some little attacks that Sugar used is little black bears, where she used her hands at rapid speeds to touch people and turn multiple people into toys. This next ability, this is why this devil fruit is OP, and it might deserve this devil fruit could easily argue to be top 3, top 1. Kyaku. Once you turn the user into a toy, you have the ability to make them obey any rules you give them. This devil fruit is broke. It's destroyed. You turn them into a toy, you make them obey your rules, and no one can save them unless they accidentally save them. Because they don't have no memory that you exist anymore. Even the devil fruit user herself, Sugar, do not have memory of you no more. This devil fruit is broke. Its OP is broke. I'ma move on from this devil fruit because if I keep talking about it, I'ma redo this whole list. And this devil fruit gonna fly up to number 1 because it's broke. That's the reason I don't put it up there, is because it's broken. So let's move on, man. Next on the list. Our number 3 devil fruit on the list is the one and only Pika Pika no Mi devil fruit type Logia. This devil fruit gives you the ability to become a light human. This is used by Barcelino, Kizaru, whatever you want to call him, is used by him. As he says a lot. This devil fruit gives you the ability to move at the speed of light. But when you transform into the light, we have seen that it takes time to go up to the speed of light. Also, he can't just run around freely. He has to reflect off of things. Mirrors, whatever is reflective. He reflects off of those in order to move himself at light speed. Some of the abilities he used is the Yata no Kagami. I think that's how you say it. I'm not good with these words, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the Japanese people. But Yata no Kagami is the ability he used, where he creates a ball of light in his hand and uses that light to reflect off of mirrors and other reflective objects. Another ability he uses is Amaterasu. No, not from Naruto. Amaterasu in One Piece is more similar to a solar flare in Dragon Ball, where he uses his 2 fingers to create a huge beam, or no, not beam. That's not what it is. He just illuminates light from his fingers to blind anyone around him. Once again, I'm ready to try to pronounce this word. I'm not good with it, but I'm pretty sure it's Amano Murakumo. This ability is what he uses against Silver's Rayleigh to create a sword of light energy to fight Rayleigh. Very powerful ability, very powerful overall devil fruit. And the last ability I'm gonna name for you guys, because I'm having so much trouble with naming these, is the Yasakani no Megatama. This ability that Kizaru used is the ability where he crosses his arm and creates a beam torrent, light beam torrent, and shoots that at his enemies. We see this ability used in the Marineford War against Marco the Phoenix. Let's move on to our next devil fruit. And our number 2 devil fruit on this list, heavily debated always, is the Api no Mi. Devil fruit type, Paramecia, and it has the power to create a spherical space where you have control over placement and orientation of objects. Yes, it's a confusing explanation if you don't watch the show. This devil fruit is very complex, and that's the reason it's not number 1. It's because it's so complex. The devil fruit user right now the devil fruit user right now is the one and only Trafalgar D. Waterlaw. This devil fruit ability is OP. This is another one of those broken ones, but it's not too broken because of how complex it is. If you get what I'm saying, this is what I mean. So Law creates this room where he can cut people in half and all these different things without doing damage to them. He can do all these surgical things and all that. The thing is, you have to know this shit. You have to have previous surgical knowledge to use it in that way. But you manipulate it in fighting. This is why it's number 2. Some abilities that Law used that is extremely OP. You got Shambles, where anything in his room, he can switch the placement of them, teleport them. 2, he's able to swap souls, swap personalities. We seen him do this to the Straw Hat Pirates in Punk Hazard. He also has the ability Raggio Knifle, where he cuts. He do one of his surgical cuts, right? He cuts his enemy in half, but it has an electric charge to it where they can't reattach themselves for a limited amount of time. In Law's most powerful attack that we've seen used against the one and only Doflamingo is Gamma Knifle, where he uses a short blade of energy to impale his enemy and severely damage his internal organs. This was a huge component in why Luffy was able to take down Doflamingo. Law is the GOAT. Moving on to our number 1 on the list. I think a lot of you seen this coming. It's the Goro no Mi. Devil fruit type, Logia. This devil fruit ability gives you the power to master electricity, lightning. You're a lightning human. You can control voltages from what we've seen. And Nell, yes, it's the devil fruit user. And Nell was able to use voltages of up to 200 million. The only weakness of this devil fruit is Luffy, the rubber fruit that we seen. That's the only one, the rubber fruit. It can't, the electric don't, no electricity affects Luffy at all. That's the point. This devil fruit is extremely powerful, and Nell was supposed to die by the impact dial. He was dead and he restarted his heart. This man is a literal walking GOAT. I'm not calling him God because it only feeds into his ego. We're gonna call him GOAT. Some techniques that Enel uses in the story is saying go. where he unleashes a massive charge of electricity from his hand to devastate a massive area. Not a person, just an area. He wants to create destruction. Another technique he uses is the one and only Thor. I love that name, Thor. You hear that? It literally translates to judgment of God. Jesus Christ, this dude is a nutcase. Yo, judgment of God. This is the one where he strikes down and smites anyone who dares to go against what Enel stands for. And what Enel stands for is that he is God. Another technique Enel uses is carry. It's one of those. He heats the area around him until he starts to create thunder claps. And we're going to go all the way to his final technique that he tried to use against Luffy. Max 200 million volt Amaru, one of those. This technique Enel uses transforms him into a gigantic Raijin looking thingy god. It's extremely powerful. He tried to use this attack to defeat Luffy, but Luffy slapped him with a big ass bell, so that ain't work out for him. But this devil fruit ability is OP. The only reason he lost is because Luffy is the direct weakness to the devil fruit. If that wasn't the case, Enel is still dominating. If Enel went down to our One Piece world in the Blue Sea, Enel is still a top dog just because of that devil fruit ability, and he doesn't even know armament hockey. This devil fruit gives you the ability to move at 1/3 of light speed. See, let me dispel this. It's a myth. Lightning does not move at light speed, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Pika no Mi. Lightning moves at 1/3 light speed. So still faster than everyone else, but the Pika no Mi. Like, that's what this devil fruit is. This devil fruit is extremely that's the thing. This devil fruit is extremely destructive, like the Gora no Mi, but also has other abilities that takes it over the top, like restarting your heart, like the ability to move extremely fast. This devil fruit is extremely broken. He even uses this devil fruit to create a ship that flies in the One Piece universe just because of his devil fruit ability. And he combined his devil fruit ability with this ship to create a giant ball of electrical energy. This devil fruit is extremely broken, extremely powerful, and extremely OP. And that's why it's number 1 on my list. Boom. I might do another list of other devil fruits that don't include this, just to give some other devil fruits some love that I wasn't able to mention here. Let me know down in the comment section if you would like to see that. And if you like the video, leave a like. And if you dislike the video, leave a dislike. It's all the same to me, man. Do whatever your heart feels. Be sure, if you want to see more content like this or see more of my other content, to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I know you can do it, man. It's right there. Thank y'all for listening to me. I'm out this bitch, man. Peace.